Then they smile. Thank you. Always smile. Mommy, the program. Thank you. Master. Yes, the other one is there now. We converted it to. So the new way. Check ready. Come on, machine.
Hello, I'm Benjamin Ola Akonde, Professor of Economics and the Dean of the Walker School of Business and Technology at Webster University in St. Louis, Missouri, United States of America.
Is that okay? Yes.
Okay. Is that good?
Yes,
good?
that intro
right.
is good.
Right.
Then WorkPlace Center and
Okay.
the partners.
Sure.
Yes, we can flow around the services they offer.
Okay.
What we are doing today.
All right. I'm here today to support and to acknowledge the remarkable work that the WorkPlace Center is about to embark on. And I believe that what they're doing is very instructive and much needed in this country, because what they have in plan is to fill the gap between what exists and what we need, specifically to develop the next generation of leaders to be very effective participants in the workforce that is global, not particularly Nigeria. And I'm particularly impressed with the fact that here you have two women that have very extensive background, that have labored very long in the vineyards of corporate Nigeria, but also with a very sense and awareness of the international perspective in the time that they've spent in Europe and more recently in Canada, to create a program that I believe is going to help us create the next generation of leaders in this country. And the kind of leadership skills and skill sets for which we speak is not the traditional realm of skill sets, which is the ability to take information and to regurgitate, or to take information and to analyze. What they're looking to do is something that is much needed in this country, and that is to to fill the gap between what exists and what is needed. And particularly what is needed are skill sets that address issues of entrepreneurship, skill sets that address issues of innovation, and the ability to be able to connect the dots, the sense of awareness that you can lead from where you are and be a difference maker within your entity, regardless of where that entity is. But more importantly, what is so impressive about this concept is the fact that they've come to a realization that this is a much needed necessity in order for this country to be able to transcend the challenges that we need for a future Nigeria that is viable, one that has the capacity to be able to create the kind of innovators that would essentially be able to create products and services that will be of the equivalent nature of what we've seen in the United States with the Bill Gates of the world, the Steve Jobs, and perhaps even my good friend Jack Dorsey, the creator of Twitter. It is that kind of environment that I think would necessitate the level of economic development and prosperity that Nigeria needs and that Nigeria is ready for.
Thank you, sir.
I believe that the WorkPlace Center is a remarkable asset, more so for our governmental agencies, because it provides them an avenue to be able to get the professional development that they need to make sure that they stay current, to make sure that they're not only looking at what they've done in the past, but they're looking at best practices, but most importantly, next practices. Because what the WorkPlace Center has done is brought to bear ideas, perspective, proven concepts that they want to ensure that governmental agencies are have the opportunity to be exposed to. Now, the uniqueness of this is that I think that what it allows our government agencies to be is to be in a position of real-time information, ideas that will enable and enhance their relevancy and the ability to provide and to serve the population of this country, which I believe is the charge of these government agencies. When you look at the structure and the ideas that will be coming out of this organization, I believe that this is a new pioneering effort that will create the kind of resilience and the kind of competencies that will clearly provide the immediacy of action and ideas that will benefit our agencies today.
Thank you, sir. Now, employers of labor, for you, what do you think the Workplace Center have for the employers of labor?
In my comments today at the opening ceremony, I'm going to speak specifically to the gap and how do we fill the gap. We've done a remarkable job in this country in being able to provide a very strong education process at the university level that focuses on such skill sets as writing, reading, analysis, communication. But what is missing and what this center enables is that other thing, which is the capacity to be able to connect the dots, the ability to be able to function within team, the concept of strategy, the implementation of execution of strategy, and how can you take everybody along with you when you're trying to transform organizations. Change is hard. Change is difficult. I think somebody once said that the only thing that likes change is a wet baby. And so what the Work Center is going to do is to ensure that in the process of moving your organization from where you are to where you want to be, they're going to enable that process through the various tools, competencies, curriculum that they've developed. But most importantly, I think also the delivery method is very unique. They've been able to harness technology in a way that is very effective and allows the new generation to feel comfortable in a way that they currently operate, and that is to have access to technology. This is a pioneering moment for us in Nigeria, and I'm excited to be here today to celebrate this and to give credence to the creators, Mrs. Olagbegi and also Mrs. Adini Taiwo.
Thank you so much, sir. I hope we have...
That if you lend your name to something, it means that you believe in it. You believe in it so much that you're willing to be very clear as to why you are affiliated with an organization. As the Dean of the Walker School of Business and Technology at Webster University, a position that I have held since 2000, I have had the opportunity to preside over a business school that has global perspective and global presence. We are a business school that is, although headquartered in the United States in St. Louis, Missouri, but our presence is global in places like Geneva, Switzerland, London, England, Vienna, Austria, Shanghai, China, and Bangkok, Thailand, and perhaps most recently in Accra, Ghana. We are opening a campus in Accra, Ghana that will provide American-style education to citizens of this great society we call Africa. And they'll be able to come to Accra and to be able to embrace and enjoy the kind of educational process for which they can get in class on Monday and be able to take to work on Tuesday, and that will transform them in a very meaningful way. And in doing so, I am here in Nigeria, which I'll be hosting an information session where we'll be able to share more perspective about Webster, what we have to offer, be able to talk a little bit about our alumni, the things that they're doing, and the important role that they're playing in society around the world, but also to be able to connect with Nigerians who are interested in pursuing their undergraduate education or perhaps their graduate education in an institution founded in 1915 that has been making a significant difference in people's lives for a very long time. I'm excited to be here, and I think that I'm excited to be back home in Nigeria, knowing fully well that I am invested in the development and enrichment of my fellow citizens. and to get a chance to be able to speak to them about the value of coming to Webster University in Ghana or in any one of our campuses around the world, in any one of our campuses in the United States. It's indeed an exciting moment for me.
You don't have a local representative here.
Yeah.
And don't forget that you are talking to students that may not even have the resources to put an international call through by their mobile phone, although there are email addresses. What opportunities are available, or what plans do you have in the nearest future, such a way that Nigerians can walk into a particular center, maybe now in the nearest future, to ask some basic questions? And don't forget that there are some adults in Nigeria here too, that their parents will have to go and make inquiries on their behalf before they can say, we are still, used to the analog lifestyle of doing things. So if you are bringing American system or American university or American opportunity, we believe that it should be driven with technology alongside with a local representative. So
We Webster University, as like I said earlier, we've been doing this for a long time, and having the kind of success that is validated by our students that come from around the world. We are in this region for the first time, and we believe that as time moves forward, we will continue to have the kind of ground troops that will allow us to be able to engage people face to face, and to be able to recruit them to our campus in Accra, Ghana.
thank you, sir. Recruitment process.
We'll essentially engage right now using our website to drive enrollments to us. What we have found through extensive research in the United States, in Europe, in which we believe also by extension Africa, is that you have a population that's extremely sophisticated in terms of the ability to use the internet and to use the handheld device to be able to connect. I call them the iPod generation. And so what we hope to do in our initial effort is to drive enrollments through this process. And as we begin to see traction in other areas, we will then be able to maybe look into the possibility of doing other things to engage the local audience and to be able to inform them about the opportunities that we have to offer them at Webster University.
But students. Don't you think that the trainers themselves, the lecturers, they require some kind of upgrade?
Oh, absolutely. You cannot teach what you don't know, and you cannot teach currency in terms of the things that are now, things that are ongoing, without keeping fresh yourself. And again, I think that's what you'll find in an organization such as WorkPlace, or you will find it in an institution that's been doing this for almost 100 years, like Webster University. The ability of even the older generation, executives, managers, to be able to come back, to refresh themselves, to gain new insight and new knowledge that will allow them to be current and to be relevant to today's issues is very critical. And I think one of the biggest mistakes that we make in higher education is that knowledge really does not expire. And so oftentimes we make the mistake of providing stale information that was good 20 years ago or excellent 15 years ago, but are no longer relevant to today. And I think that's one of the key things that you will find at Webster University. The currency of our knowledge base is paramount.
Thank you, sir. So, your message to the whole world now. Maybe somebody who is listening to this broadcast via the internet or via the television, they want to get in touch, a feedback mechanism. Tell them the email address, the contact information, what they can get through the internet or whatever, how you think they can, get a feedback.
Wherever you are. And if you're looking for an opportunity that will transform you from where you are to where you want to be, a chance for you to go from success to significance, we want you to think about Webster University. And so we invite you to come and visit us at webster.edu. And in coming to that website, you'll see an opportunity for you to be able to navigate whether you're looking for applications into business, into information technology, if you're looking for opportunities in international relations, opportunities in education, opportunities in the sciences and arts, and perhaps one of the most esteemed and respected fine arts institution in the world. Webster University is for you, an institution founded on the basis of providing knowledge to all those who seek it. We're doing it because we believe in you.
Yeah, just like wow, thank you so much. Thank you. That's my partner. Wow, that's very nice.
Could I crave the indulgence of all those who are sitting down? It's not only, apart from the graph.
Okay, meanwhile, young black man. Okay, you do that here now. Please, sir. Like he's looking for something. Thank you, mommy. Enjoy your game. Mommy, there's coffee all over there.
It means that you have you know there's economic benefit of what they are doing to Nigeria. You want your speech in that line.
My speech in that line, yes, sir. I have come as a representative of the past. God does have any. Oh, okay. I think, okay. I think part of what we need in this environment are organizations like this, Workplace Center, simply because we find that we have a problem, very, very deep problem in society of our students coming out of colleges or universities now, and they can neither write or put a sentence together anymore. They lack technical skills as well as social skills, which we believe that with organizations like this, they can actually bridge the gap, because they are the stopgap measures that are required to bridge the gap between what the workforce is looking for and what the universities and the colleges of education are churning out these days. I think it goes beyond just the universities, because we need to train them more. Even if you go to the United States, you'll find that students do come out of universities with only technical skills most times. The social skills they learn on the job, they learn in training. They go to leadership classes, they go to communication classes, team building classes that are given to people so that they can better be well equipped to participate in society and in the work environment that they work in. We need organizations like this to help us, really help us bridge that gap that exists in our society right now. I can tell you that when you call certain organizations, be it the telephone operators for customer service, you'll be shocked as to what you hear on the other side, simply because people lack the social skills required to take care of customers. Customer service is required for these people. Organizations like this can help us mitigate that. Okay? Thank you very much.
Well, you've already talked over the boundary.
I can only tell you that